But for elective classes, I chose classes that gave out credits for, just participation. So,
Yokoso and welcome to Late Night in Japan. We're Steph, Mike, and Tate, three Japanese guys with rich overseas experiences, here to bring you fun, unfiltered conversations about life in Japan. In this podcast, we dive into the stories that make life here so unique, from culture shocks to hidden gems and everything in between. We're here to share the side of Japan you won't find in guidebooks. If you're curious about Japanese culture and want to laugh, learn, and maybe be surprised along the way, you're in the right place, so let's get right into it. So, in today's episode, we're going to be comparing university life between the US and Japan and try to uncover the similarities and differences. And it's going to be an interview style where I ask Mike and Tate a couple of questions about their university life. Mike went to a university in the US and Tate went to a university in Japan. So I thought this would be a pretty interesting topic. And this is actually the first time we talk about ourselves in this podcast. So, we hope to share a bit about who we are, what kind of people we are as well. So, my first question to you guys is, can you both briefly introduce yourself, share your major, and why you chose to go to university in Japan or the US? Mike, do you want to start off?
Sure. So, I'm Mike. I'm 25 years old. I graduated from university in the States in 2022. I chose, my major was geography with a business minor, and I chose to go to university in the US because at the time in high school, I still hadn't decided whether I wanted to work in Japan or in the US. So I thought going to a US university would give me both of those options, and I could decide later down the road.
Yeah, Tate, do you want to go next?
right. Hi, I'm Tate. I live in Kanto right now, but I graduated a school in Kansai back in 2022. I majored in sociology, studied about journalism and stuff, and the reason why I chose to go to a Japanese university was, I've lived overseas for 10 plus years, and I've always wanted to live in Japan. I love the culture. I had pride in the Japanese heritage, and the only way back to Japan was to enroll in a Japanese high school. And so I did that. I enrolled in a university affiliated high school, and then so it was natural for me to just climb up the ladder and go to a Japanese university. So I don't have a deep reason like Mike.
Yeah, we all met in high school, and
Yep.
so like Tate just mentioned, it was a university affiliated high school. So
Yeah.
this is probably new for people who live outside of Japan, but in Japan there are high schools where the high school is connected with the university. So if you graduate high school, you automatically can enroll into the university that high school is affiliated with. So like 90% of the students at our high school just went to that university. So I'm actually in the minority here, where I didn't go to that Japanese university and
Yeah,
went overseas.
Yeah.
I remember Mike studying. What was it? ACT, I think.
Yeah, the ACT.
Yeah. Damn, I'm like, Mike, he's hardcore. Big respect. I had big respect.
Yeah, meanwhile, me and Tate were just like doing nothing.
Slacking off.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so moving on to the next question. Can you describe what your day was like at university?
I guess I'll go first. My day was, I would wake up around 7 or 8, go walk to campus, go to my first class, then study after that class, grab some lunch on campus, and go to my second class, and then after that, I'll just go and study in the library again. And if I have work, I would go to work after that. And I would normally come home around like 8 p.m., I would say. 7 p.m., 8 p.m., depending on the days. If it's like midterm, final season, it'll be more late. But on average day, 7 p.m., 8 p.m.
How many hours do you study a day?
It definitely depends, but I would say outside of class, like 4 hours a day.
Outside of class?
Yeah, so out.
Wow.
Not counting the lectures.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I don't think I studied like 3 hours on campus.
How much I study in a year.
Yeah, probably.
But you guys play sports.
True. So Tate, do you want to tell about your life?
Yeah, so I was a D1 athlete, so my day started with morning training session around 7. So I wake up at like 5:30, and then I head to class, take 3 to 4 courses, each I think was like 90 minutes, and then after uni, I had another practice session, and then sometimes I would go to part-time and work for like 3 hours, and then I go back home and just sleep. And morning training and part-time wasn't an everyday activity, but basically I centered practice session when scheduling my week.
So Tate, your schedule is like based mainly around club activities.
Yeah.
Mike is just studying.
Yeah.
Well, what were classes like? I'm curious. Were they like discussion based, lecture based, or like just focused on exam?
I guess this would really depend on your major, but at least for me, it was mostly just lectures, and then we would have midterms and final exams. And a lot of the classes also had other projects that we would submit, like papers and reports as well. But yeah, maybe if I was like a philosophy major, there would be more discussion-based classes, but at least for me, it was mostly lecture-based.
Well, I think that's same for me. I don't know about you, Steph, but my faculty, well, we had a mixture of lecture and discussions, but we didn't have exams. At the end of the term, we had to submit a long-ass report summarizing the whole term. But for elective classes, I chose classes that gave out credits for, just participation. So,
damn.
Yeah, like we
so
pick out classes.
Yeah,
that don't have.
We call them lakdang.
Easiest credits possible.
Easiest credits, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's same here though, because after you take your core classes and you're just say you need 120 credits to graduate, and then you can kind of take those easy classes to. You don't want to make your schedule too hard, unnecessarily. So, I took a calligraphy class. I remember
calligraphy.
Yeah, it was literally this like Chinese teacher. He wasn't even a professor there. He would just like come once a week. And he doesn't even speak English, and he had like one of the students who spoke Chinese, and she would like translate everything what he told us. And there was no test. We would just practice calligraphy, and everyone got an A as long as you showed up. So there are classes like that in the States as well.
Wait, Mike, did you take any like Japanese courses? Because my friends in America who are Japanese, they took Japanese courses because they know Japanese, and like they get an easy A.
I did. Dude, matter of fact, I took this like challenge exam where you can test out of like 20 credits.
Oh.
So like you take a test, and say you get like an A, then you get like 20 credits worth of A's for all these like elective Japanese classes. So I took that to boost my GPA and get like extra credits. So that was nice.
I actually did the same exact thing with English at my university. So I took the test, and then they gave me like 10 free credits. So,
and that like really it boosts your GPA. So it helped me get a scholarship. So
Mm.
it was definitely worth it.
All right. Well, going on to the last question. What advice would you give to students considering studying in the US or Japan, if you have any?
I would say if you're trying to study in the US for university and you're like currently going to high school in Japan, is to do your research and prepare early, because schools just assume if you're in Japan, schools just assume you're going to go to university in Japan, and there's not much of a support system. So you're going to have to do a lot of the applying and everything on your own. So definitely start early, make sure you have all the deadlines written down and you don't miss any deadlines when applying to university.
Yeah, what about you, Tate?
I think I have 2 points. The first one is it's better to know Japanese because obviously courses will be in Japanese, but first of all, you're gonna live in Japan. And it depends on where you live, but some places people don't know English or other foreign languages, so it's better to know Japanese. That's my first point. And the second point is I think a lot of Japanese students see university as a tool or means to get into a good company. So it's fairly common to pack the first 3 years with courses, required courses and elective courses, and then job hunting starts from like the end of junior year. But at that point, most of the students have earned enough credits for graduation. So I think it's really important for other people, I guess foreign people, to understand this culture.
I totally agree. If you're looking to study, I suggest just go to America and study like Mike. If you're looking for like the freedom, the time to do extracurricular activities, then no, Japan might be a good choice. And yeah, that's the end of today's episode. If you have any other questions you want to ask, please feel free to comment, and we'll be more than happy to answer. And also like and subscribe. It really keeps us motivated to post weekly. And that's it for today. See you next week. Sayonara.
さよなら。
なんだろう